What's up everyone, Justin with JTech Apple here. Just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and as I promised, today I'll be doing my question and answers video. So you guys do have a ton of questions, but I have narrowed it down, at least for this episode, questions about me, for those who have a lot of questions about me myself, and in next episode I'll probably be answering some more tech questions. So sorry if I'm going to be looking down a lot. I have my iPad mini here and I've got all the comments here. So the first comment is, any tips for starting YouTube? So in the beginning, I know some people would get quite a bit of hate. If you have watched me from my first channel, iTouchIPod 001, I actually did all my videos from my iPod Touch 4th Gen, and a lot of people didn't like my videos, but just stick with it and one day your channel will grow and it will become successful. And the next question is, what is your favorite gadget of 2012 and why? What got you interested in technology? So to be honest, before maybe around, let's say 2010 or 2009-ish, I actually had no interest in technology. Not really because I didn't like it, it's just I didn't really have much access, or I didn't really care about it. I had an iPod Touch at 2009. I remember saving up like a whole year for that thing, and after that I just started watching some case reviewers. I'll get into some more details of that, but then it kind of inspired me to make my own videos, and I kind of developed into more categories of technology. My favorite devices here, I'd say the most excited I was for, maybe because it came as a surprise, was the Retina MacBook Pro 15-inch. However, most exciting device, like one I've been waiting the whole year for, could have been the iPhone 5. But I was still also really anticipating an iPad mini, and I was very excited for that. However, I think honorable mention also goes to the Note 2, the Samsung Galaxy S3, and also the Google Nexus 4 and Nexus 7. So I really can't narrow it down to one, but I do have quite a few devices I really like. So going back to the questions, what is your favorite Apple product? The one I probably use the most will either be my MacBook Pro 13-inch or the iPhone 5, but I'd say the iPad mini is pretty high up there as well. So again, I really can't narrow it down to one specific device. The next question is, iPad mini or Nexus 7? So in terms of the value, I've said many times the Nexus 7 is a better value, but in real life testing, the iPad mini seemed to outbeat the Nexus 7 in most categories, although the Nexus 7 had a higher Geekbench score. So the final decision will probably come down to what operating system you prefer. Next question comes with OS X or Windows. I used to be a Windows user, and to be honest, like a few people, I really don't like it. But for what my uses personally, I have to use a Mac because all the programs I use are all Mac oriented. So I still kind of want a PC to play games on. However, I am more of a Mac user just because of what I need to do on it. So it really just depends on what you're hoping to do on it. Next, how do you get all this stuff? So obviously, all the stuff I buy, it does come at a cost. Some stuff are coming from companies such as a lot of the accessories, but primarily I do have to pay for my devices, at least at this point. So I do have many ways of making money, maybe doing some computer help with somebody, washing cars, vacuuming, so just a lot of things here and there, and then maybe some eBay stuff, selling some stuff on local classifieds, and also YouTube monetization, which I can't go into details with. Next question, I probably get this question the most. I am 15 years old. A lot of people think I'm much younger than that, but yes, I am 15 years old. And another question, which is also asked very often in the next few questions, how did you make money to buy this stuff? So again, I use it off YouTube monetization, selling some stuff on eBay, just a lot of stuff here and there, and just little things, and it slowly adds up in order for me to buy my stuff. Just like during the summer, I was just working the whole summer on things here and there. I didn't really have a job because I'm kind of underaged, but I just did things here and there and managed to get my iPhone 5. Next thing, are your parents rich? So no. I actually have to buy most of the things I get. I even had to pay for my desk, actually. I bought the microphone, I bought my cameras, I bought my monitor, I bought my iPad, I paid completely for my iPhone as well as the phone plan. So no, I actually have to buy the stuff myself. How old are you, and can you speak other languages? So I am 15 years old. I've already answered that question. And what other languages do I speak? I started out speaking Mandarin. I don't really like it, but my parents forced me to. I don't really speak that apart from when I have to go to class for it. I also did French because I'm in Canada, so that's one of the required languages. So I did some French. I wasn't really good at it, and I quit it as soon as I can. I also did a little bit of Japanese, which I found pretty easy, but I also stopped doing that and did communication skills, which my parents wanted me to do, but I'm kind of grateful for that because now I'm sitting in front of the camera talking. And I also did Spanish for 1 year last year, and I did really, really bad in that, so stayed away from that and did Mandarin at school. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have a sister who's 13 years old. How did you start the idea to do reviews? So what really got me into reviews is after I watched other YouTubers. Back then when YouTube wasn't exactly huge, I watched people like iTouchIPods. As you know, I was dumb enough to make my first YouTube name iTouchIPod001. I actually changed that name to a Google Plus account now, but iTouchIPods was the first person I really watched. And then, a year later, when I was looking at getting my... Oh yeah, I also watched It's Me Morpheus, but too bad he doesn't make any videos anymore. I think he's going through some health issues, but I still think he's one of the great YouTubers out there. And I also watched Soldier Knows Best about a year after I started watching iTouchIPods. So Soldier Knows Best is one of the first big YouTubers I started watching. And what are your computer specs? So my MacBook Pro is actually an early 2011 version that is a i7 2.7 gigahertz dual core, and I did do quite a few upgrades to it. So first, I upgraded the hard drive from a standard 250 gig to a 750 gig 7200 RPM hard drive, and I also took out the disk drive and put in an OCZ Vertex 3 SSD to use for holding some applications and the booting. So it does open applications pretty fast. And for those who don't have a 7200 RPM hard drive, I definitely recommend it. And I also upgraded the RAM to 16 gigabytes, which I'd say my computer isn't really that fast. The Geekbench score is just about 6,000. However, I think the RAM just makes up for the lack of power of the graphics card, which is probably the biggest issue. And the dream computer for me would probably be the 27-inch iMac and also an Apple Cinema display. So who knows, one day I might be able to buy one of those. Next question is, how much money do you make per month? So I really can't answer that, but if you do some research online, you should be able to get an approximation. So that's one of the more strictest rules that's put up by Google, that I'm not allowed to cover those details. What do you think about Apple? I have to say that Apple is still coming out with some pretty cool products. A lot of you will disagree with me, but I think what's going to hurt them is their marketing strategy. I don't really understand why they had to release a new iPad about 6 months after the other one comes out. And as you know, Apple used to be known for their simplicity, how they only had the one device in each category. But now Apple's still keeping their back-ordered items such as the iPad 2, the iPod Touch 4th generation, and how their iPod Touch 5th generation starts out at $300, and they took out the 16 gig or the 8 gig that used to be probably the most popular iPod. So I just think Apple's marketing strategy is a little bit starting to hurt them, and it would be too bad if they fall because of that. So you should give a brief description of who you are, where you come from, and things like that. Okay, so I don't really know what you want to know. I am 5'3", pretty short for my height. I've lived in Victoria, BC my whole life, and not really sure what else you know. So let's just go to the next question here. So, the best iOS app. Probably there are a lot of apps I like to use. Obviously YouTube, but that's kind of like a given. So the best app I'd say is probably Flipboard, which gives me my sources for all my tech news, and then which I pass on to you guys in my point of view. So I think Flipboard is probably my favorite options, and who knows, one day I might be on there. I hope. Where do you find the money to buy the products for giveaways? So as you know, I do quite a few giveaways, and those are mostly because YouTube, when they pay me, I obviously want to give back to you guys, because part of the reason why I'm even getting paid is because you guys for watching my videos. So I know a lot of people complain and hate on me for saying, why do you do collab giveaways? Or they think I'm going to be giving away 2 devices. The reason why I always partner up with TechKid is because we're both 15 years old. We have to pay for all the stuff we buy. We have to earn all the money we make and all that. So if we combine, we both can split our costs, and at the same time, kind of benefit from the fact that we're sharing our viewers and pretty much expanding to a larger audience. So I don't really know why you guys complain about that. It's a free giveaway and we're the ones that have to pay for it. So that's pretty much the reason why I have to do collab giveaways, is because we're both 15 and we really can't afford to pay the whole prize by ourselves. Do you get really good grades? I laughed when I saw this question. Let's just say my answer to that is probably decent. What is your favorite Apple product? I already answered that one. And biggest inspiration to make YouTube videos, and yeah, that is iTouch iPods. I actually changed the style of how I do my videos quite a bit. As you know, my videos used to be just sitting there. I know some of you may have watched my first channel, iTouch iPod 001. I took out most of the videos of that, but you can hear my really high-pitched voice and my iPod Touch 4th generation that was mounted on a garbage can to use as a tripod. So that's kind of like a start. Work with what you have. An iPod Touch 4th generation mounted on a garbage can. Got knocked over quite often. But I did my videos, about 300 videos on that. A lot of reviewed products. And then I switched over to JTech Apple when I got my cameras. Just upgraded some new gear when I actually felt that I wanted to do YouTube more as an actual job kind of thing for now. And that's where my channel kind of jump-started a little bit, but then I ran into some AdSense issues, and then afterwards I moved on to JTech Apple TV, where I signed a partnership with Fullscreen, and then I also got my new T3i and my new camera, so slowly just keep expanding the gear, but it all started from working with what I have, and then putting it together and trying to give you guys some better videos. So, what is your heritage? My dad is from China and my mom is from Taiwan, but they both came overseas when they're, I think, pretty young. I don't exactly remember when. I'm pretty sure my mom went to school here, but I was born in Victoria, BC, on the little west coast of Canada, that little island there. Pretty small. However, I've been living here my whole life. The next question is, why don't you do vlogs? Pretty much because my life is pretty boring, and as you know, most people who have to go to school, there isn't really much to vlog about because you're at school all day and it'd be kind of awkward walking around with the camera mounted on you. And at home, I'm mostly probably going to be doing homework, playing hockey, or getting a video done for you guys. So I might be doing something like a live show where you guys can come on and talk to me and all that, or I might do a behind the scenes video, but I'm not really planning on doing vlogs at this point. Maybe when I go on vacation, I might do a vlog. What happened to your JTech Apple store? Where did you print the packaging for the product? I did like the store. So the truth is, when I started the store, it was only intended to be like a temporary business in order to make enough money to make a startup business, like think of my own idea, which is still in the works for me. But the thing is, I felt that did take a lot of time, and I felt that YouTube was kind of jump-starting for me, where I could start making more money off YouTube if I focused more time on that than my site. Because the site for the store is actually really expensive when you think about it, and all the stuff we had to buy, and the packaging we actually all printed at my house, paid for the ink, stuck it on the packaging, put together the boxes for 200 items, and at that point I talked to my business partner when we mutually agreed that it would be cheap. We wouldn't lose as much money if we close the store for now and think of an idea then. So, do you script your video or are they improvised? So, if you may have noticed, I've always, from a young age, I talked a lot. So, I guess it's natural for me to not script my videos. I have tried that a few times and it didn't really work unless I got a prompter, but I think overall I like to just wing my videos. I think they turn out better, and if I mess up, I'd either have to cut a little bit of it in post or just have to reshoot the video. So no, I do not like to script my videos. They're mostly coming straight out of my head. And is your dad behind your channel? Yes. So they do support me on my channel. They do want me to spend my time on my work, obviously, but yes. So thanks for watching. I know this video is very long, but I hope to answer as much questions about me that you guys may have had as I could. And I'm still thinking of when to do my giveaway and how I do my giveaway, as well as possibly the New Year's video. And the birthday of this channel is approaching soon. So just thinking of what I should do for that. So stay tuned for more videos. I did get a new desk, so stay tuned for some nicer looking videos as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas.